The following program is an OCAmedia community-produced episode of Oregon Life, and we would like to thank our sponsors, Torhorse Insurance and the Oregon Brooklyn Optimist Club. We are proud to have you as our sponsors.
Hello, I'm Kevin Kiley. I'm an artist exhibiting at the Firefly Coffee House here in Oregon, Wisconsin. I'm also exhibiting in several galleries and places in Madison, but we're going to do a little tour of my show here at the Firefly. It's a beautiful spring morning, so let's go on in and take a look. So this is on a salvaged window, again, out and about doing work, and saw a window that was left out and discarded. And I said, I know I can do something with this. So involving refinishing wood, and then if you look close, you can see the little glazing, so it's almost like you're inside looking out.
Yeah. Very neat.
And
Is this the first time you painted on glass?
I did a piece on plexiglass with oil once.
Which
that
is a plastic, right? Polycarbonate.
It's a little different than real glass.
So when you're painting this, is this laying flat then, or is it kind of vertical when you're painting it?
No, I think I worked on it either on an easel or on the wall directly, but yeah.
How did you keep the paint from not dripping? Being at the, I'm envisioning the glass is so slippery.
Right. Yeah, I think even though it was a long process, that it ended up being kind of simple. Like the elements that compose this painting are relatively simple. And I looked at it over the course of a long time, thinking, am I gonna add to it? And in the end, I was glad that I left it. I mean, you can read into it what any viewer can see what they want to see in it, but to me, that with this drought pattern we're having, that the rivers are running low. So the window of time being that how much longer until that we have where before these creeks actually dry up completely. Well, this one I call shedding light. Well, obviously it's a tobacco shed. Different than my usual work, or a kind of departure from my normal work, is that how light it is. And I knew after I finished what I did on this was layered. This is on plywood again, and I layered acrylic paint and sanded it, and then applied it with water. So several layers of paint, and then drew. So we can get closer again. And I wanted to get that texture of the roof, and then the roughness of the barnwood again, chalk, pastel, and charcoal. And then the brightness of the field and the wildflowers in contrast to the rustic and dilapidated barn. I'm very intrigued by the horizon line creating space. All right. So this is kind of a detail on this piece, just because the light on the wall looked strange. The wall color is green, but it's trying to create a kind of flurry effect, snowflakes on a early evening, and very intrigued by the contour lines of this old factory. But this again was layering, found that kind of sepia undertones, which is traditional, is using like a warm brown underneath. And then I sketched it again with chalk pastel and charcoal. Also the nostalgia of an old small town, manufacturing plant or something like that. Kind of somber feeling, but such a strong structure, done with very delicate line. The end, the way that I ended up capturing it was such a delicate, medium, depicting a very kind of bulky. I don't know if that makes any sense, but the subject itself is kind of foreboding and bulky building with like dark shadows done in a delicate way. So I call this one Weary Ghosts. Kind of unique qualities of oil that I explored on this, and what I was trying to achieve is an ethereal, I don't know how to describe, but like otherworldly quality or spiritual, where this tree in the foreground becomes part of this shed or the barn, and intertwines into it, almost as though it's not really in existence anymore. But
yeah, it's kind of an illusion of what we're seeing here. We know there's a tree, and then if you start to look, is the tree part of the barn, or is the barn part of the tree?
Right. So if you get up really close too, I was kind of interested in the texture, and then letting the sunset bleeds. The roof is not solid, and you can see through it, almost like a mirage. And then these trees, with the light coming through them, kind of spooky, but I was pretty infatuated with how they swirl together. And almost, like a ghost, or what people would imagine a ghost to be. Almost wing pattern coming off of the, like a large bird in flight. And then if you get up closer here, the mixing of color.
Very
what
detailed.
I was interested in. Yeah.
The branches look real. Another beautiful one.